Okay, so today I'm making a shrimp fried rice, and I will be using eggs, onions. I have some frozen vegetables, some shrimp. Need just a little bit of oil, vegetable oil or peanut oil. I have soy sauce and something called oyster sauce. Well, I start off by actually cutting up my onion. Cut it up as finely or as thick as you like it. Remember, you are the person cooking, you are the person who will be eating. Make it to your liking. I then move over to my wok. I add a little peanut oil and I make sure that the bottom is fully coated. At this point, I add in my shrimp. I want to cook them evenly, so I spread them out. I add a little Old Bay seasoning to them, of course, being the Cajun slash Creole that I am. And then I'm going to cook these. I started noticing a problem with the wok, so I switch out pots. I'm now dealing with a cast iron skillet, which is just as fabulous. So what I'm doing is making sure that I cook the shrimp evenly on both sides. At this point, you can see that the shrimp are slightly pink. They're no longer white, and so I remove them from the skillet. I then add my onion. I'm going to saute them at this point until they become softened. This is something that I like with my stir fry, but you don't have to follow these exact steps. If you prefer the crunchiness of raw onion, then you can skip this step. I start noticing that my onion is translucent, which means it's done. So I start to add in my rice. I added in about 3 cups of cooked rice, and now I'm going to add in my vegetables. They are frozen, but that is okay. The great thing about making dishes at home, you can make them to your liking. So you could add as much or as little of an ingredient as you like. Now, when cooking a stir fry, the most important thing is to know that you need to constantly keep this rice moving. Do not allow it to sit for too long in one spot or it will burn. So, as you can see, I am stirring, 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 which is why this dish has the name stir fry. Okay, so at this point, I noticed that my vegetables have not only thawed out, but they are done. So, what I'm going to do is mix up my eggs, just a tad bit, not too much, and then I'm going to pour the egg mixture all over the rice. I know this is a little different than the way other people do it, but if you do it this way, I promise you, you will enjoy this dish just as much, if not better. There's an actual reason why you will coat the rice with your eggs directly. Okay, so I'm actually going to continue to stir fry, make sure that I move everything around the way it should be, and now I'm going to add in my shrimp. We're just going to keep moving this around until everything is well blended. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to start adding in the flavor, which is the soy sauce. I add in about 3 to 4 tablespoons of soy sauce. And I continue to blend this in very well. So at this point, I'm going to add in my oyster sauce. The oyster sauce is thicker, richer, and darker, and it adds a slightly different flavor. You can't go wrong with this dish. It's pretty simple and really quick to make. You just have to remember that you need to be near this pot at all times, stir frying. You need to make sure that you are blending everything in and mixing everything up. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I know that my family enjoyed me making this meal. They enjoyed eating this meal, and they want me to make this meal again. And I hope your family enjoy the meal as well. Have a good evening.